Alright, my name is Zachary Clark. I'm the lead this week for the clap-around experiment for my group, which I don't remember what group number we are, but it's Alexander and Sam. Alright, so just a general outline of what I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over the experimental goals, some basic thermodynamic theory, the apparatus setup, procedure, shutdown, some expected results, and then show you my references and take questions. So the experimental goals here are going to be to find properties that you cannot measure directly. So in thermodynamics, there are 4 basic properties that you can measure: pressure, temperature, volume, and mass. But then you also have enthalpy, entropy, a couple other different things. So how do you get to those values, those properties? And you develop thermodynamic relations to get them based off of what you already have. The one that we're going to use this week specifically is the Clapeyron equation. It's the derivative of saturation pressure with respect to temperature. It gives you the, I forget what FG is. I know F, the subscript F stands for fluid and G stands for gas. And I believe FG is the, I can't think of the word. No, it's the difference, but there's a specific word. Anyways, so you get entropy over specific volume, and then specific enthalpy over temperature times specific volume, and all of those ratios are equal using this relationship. Okay, so just to go through a brief derivation of how you get the Clapeyron equation. Work. There's 2 ways you can get work in thermodynamics. It's either through heat or through changes in volume and pressure. The top left diagram is a TS diagram, top right is a pressure volume diagram. If you calculate the work for the TS diagram and equate it to the work for the PV diagram, and then do a little bit of algebraic manipulation to get delta P over delta T, you end up with the following shown there. From there, you can further develop this relationship, and note that if you have an adiabatic process, that entropy is equal to enthalpy over temperature. And then using the ideal gas law and substituting that into the equation shown earlier, you can develop this equation where now you have known quantities on the farthest right ratio, and now you can calculate enthalpy using values that you've already measured. The apparatus that we're going to be using this week: hot plate, pressure transducer, thermocouple, PDAC, and a centrifugal pump. It's a basic outline of the experiment itself. You can see the hot plate, boiling water. There are rubber stops on top of the flask. Goes over to an air bleed valve and another control valve. You got your centrifugal pump and your PDAC. And I believe number 4, if I remember correctly, is the pressure transducer. So for your setup, you want to make sure that your thermocouple isn't touching anything other than the water, not the glass or anything like that. You want to make sure your vacuum control valve is open before you start the experiment, and you want to make sure that your PDAC's on and running. For your procedure, we're going to be turning on the vacuum pump and getting the lowest vacuum that we possibly can. We're going to bring the water to a boil using the hot plate and as close to 0 pressure as possible. Slowly, we're going to be closing the vacuum control valve and then just letting the water boil. And then before we reach atmospheric pressure, we're going to want to open the bleed valve just to make sure that we don't blow anything up. For shutting down, you're going to turn everything off. You're going to turn off your hot plate, turn off the pump. It says to disconnect the power supply, but I don't think Richard would appreciate it if we unplug everything, so probably won't do that. And then for your results, for this, I took some values out of the steam tables from thermo, plotted temperature versus, or pressure versus temperature, and then from there, I just did a trend fit line. This is not very accurate, as you can see, though, because this isn't a exponential graph. So you can use this slope as dp over dt, however, it is not going to be anywhere close to being accurate. I believe from watching you guys present, that's what y'all did as the reporter. That's one of the methods that you used. Okay, and then second way to do this is, given any pressure, if you take a more localized slope from your graph, you can back out enthalpy that way. And we're supposed to do this with actual numbers, and I've tried numerous times, and I realize now that after watching some of y'all present, that in this form, we don't have any moles, so that ideal gas constant is not the correct ideal gas constant, and it's probably why I was off as much as I was. But yeah, that's basically what we're gonna end up doing. Everything I got in here was from the old thermodynamics textbook, and does anyone have any questions?